Revenue forecast gaps. In a previous vlog, I talked about developing your revenue forecast plan for FY21. As a resource for this plan, we analysed our top clients from the last 3 years in terms of revenue and services, and we also assessed what we knew about these clients' strategies for the future. That exercise probably gave you anywhere from 50% to 80% of your required revenue forecast. Now, where do you look to fill the revenue gap? Hello, I am Sharon Baker, and I'm a business development specialist with Sharon Baker & Co. We help businesses and their teams to increase sales by developing business development skills, processes and tools. I will assume your revenue gap for FY21 stands at about 25%. Again, I would suggest building a spreadsheet with clients down the left-hand side column. The second column will be for services they might buy, and then populate the top row with months for the financial year. Your aim is to methodically build a picture of potential revenue for the year. So here are 3 steps that you could take to fill those gaps. Step 1, take a deeper dive into your historical client records. Step 2, assess your competitor clients. And step 3, look within your existing markets. Step 1 is to take a deeper dive into your accounts records. The first thing to understand that it is much more efficient to grow business with clients that you've already worked with, even if it was 3 years ago. This is because they know you and you know them, and it skips a big business development step, developing them as emerging clients. When I first talked about a revenue forecast plan, I suggested you go to accounts team and get your revenue records for the last 3 years. We then looked at the top clients over those 3 years and worked with that list for forecasting. Now go back to that list and start analysing your next tranche of clients. Those are the ones you discarded in the first round. Note that these lists from accounts can be quite large in number, so my suggestion is filter by revenue and take the next tranche of high revenue earners. Make it a manageable list of say up to 30 clients, because you can come back to the rest later if you need them. Here are some of the questions you can use to assess whether these clients should go on your target list or not. Have they been revenue earners for the last 3 years? If not, then why not? Did they buy a specific service or a range of services? Who was your client manager or client relationship manager? Have you spoken to them? Why did the client not become a higher earning client? How is the client surviving COVID-19? Research their websites for insights. Go to their news tab and see what messages they're sending out. Are there any existing or historical relationships between the client and your colleagues? Can you utilise those to talk to the client? Was there at any time a pipeline of opportunities with the client? Research and validate these as a starting point. Now, review the list you've gathered, check with yourself which clients on the list are worth investing another, say, 5 hours researching opportunities with them. Discard the ones you don't think would be a good investment of your time. Note, you may want to come back to them later if there is still a shortfall of revenue. Now, step 2 is about looking at your competitors' clients to determine if you can develop them as your client too. A wise person once told me that there is room for all of us in the market, so don't feel bad about being pushy for your share. In my experience, I have found we know far too little about our competitors, and this boils down to not having a database of knowledge of them. A lot of knowledge in most firms is anecdotal, and over time it becomes urban myth rather than reality. So here are a couple of steps to build up your knowledge on your competitors' clients and start developing your own database on them. Go to your competitors' websites and look at the projects and the clients they've listed. Go to your colleagues in other business units and states and pick their brains. Do Google and LinkedIn research and see what information you can find. If you know key players within your competitor organisations, go to their LinkedIn sites and see if there is knowledge to be gained there. Do a LinkedIn search for the competitor and even follow them so you keep up to date. At the end of this exercise, you'll have added more clients and suppliers to your spreadsheet list. Now go back to step 1 for those clients that you've just added. If there is no history of working with any of these clients and no existing relationships with colleagues, then be very conservative in your revenue forecast figure. These clients will need time and effort to develop. Step 3 is looking within your existing markets. This is where an understanding of your market is especially important, and who are the clients and suppliers to that market. What you need is to add clients and suppliers in your market if they have not already come up in steps 1 and 2. Colleagues are a particularly good source of information because they come from diverse careers and backgrounds and may have worked for these clients or with these clients. Now do an audit on these added clients and suppliers to see whether you have worked with them before. This is where accounts is once again your friend. Ask them to search by client or supplier name through all records. There may be some old relationships or projects that can be optimised. Do further research on their websites to see whether they need your services. Have your competitors worked with them? As you can see, filling in revenue gaps requires work, and if you have a team, consider delegating many of these tasks. Your aim is to have a spreadsheet of clients, a list of services they may require, and some forecasted revenue for the current financial year. This 3-step process prepares you for the next step of talking to clients and qualifying all your information and revenue forecasts on your spreadsheet. In summary, to fill the revenue forecast gaps, take a deeper dive into your historical client records. Are there relationships that can be revived? Assess your competitors' clients. Are there any that you can work with? Look within your existing markets. Are there clients and suppliers that you have not considered? I can work with your teams in a timely and cost-efficient process to go through this exercise of filling revenue gaps. If you would like to learn more about filling your revenue forecast gaps, or you have any other business development needs, please email me on sharon@sharonbakerco.com.au. You can also go to my website www.sharonbakerco.com.au. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.